I want everybody to know that I am going to win the Ruthless Hardcore Soul Self-Found Uberkill race. And I'll be seeing you guys at XLCon. Hey guys, new video here. Good morning to all my PoE enjoyers that'll be playing Crucible in, let's see, 6 days from right now. And if you're on console, well, unfortunately, it'll be a few days after that. Today we have a lot to discuss. Every league, about a week before launch, some very interesting things happen on the subreddit, right? It resuscitates itself. It goes from being completely dead to, people are posting their paint images, of their builds that they're looking forward to. There's teasers from Grinding Gear. There's discussion around those. You have people screaming like, Grinding Gear didn't listen to us from past leagues. And then you have other people yelling at those people, being like, hey, it's free game, no bitching. And if we're very lucky, then sometimes we might have some drama. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Drama in PoE, it's like, there's not that much of it most of the time, let's be honest. And what I mean by that is that, you can probably leave the fridges in the breastfeeding room unlocked at Grinding Gear headquarters, okay, for sure. For anyone that doesn't know, Grinding Gear usually runs a boss kill event. Best PoE players in the world, they compete to kill certain bosses, and they're rewarded at the end, usually with something really cool, like you get to design a unique. Okay, this is traditionally taking place in Hardcore Soul Self-Found. It's hardcore because it's, I guess, more exciting to watch, and you can't just zerg everything down by throwing your body at it. It takes a little bit more planning, and you have to be a little bit more careful. It has to be Soul Self-Found, otherwise people with a large viewer base can just have all the gear funneled to them and all the gear materials sent over, so they don't have to actually go farm those things themselves. However, this time the event is in Ruthless mode. Ruthless is basically like a more hardcore version of the game where all the items have pretty severe limitations on them. They either don't drop at all or they're super hard to find. I'm gonna just link up here. You can see Ruthless page and you can see some of the affixes on there, the way that it has made the game a little bit harder. You can look at that yourself. Let's look at some tweets. So this is a tweet from I'm Exile, PoE Racing God, and he says, I don't want to play a 2 or 3 month 12-hour a day boss race, nor do I really even have the time to. Cat Post has 16 hours a day played on his level 95 character, and I wouldn't do Ubers on that gear. The gear in question, I'll show you right here, is stuff that if you had played pretty hardcore for a day or so, you could see yourself getting. Okay, it's pretty instructor gear. There's no 6 links at all. It's just 2 5 links. When I mouse over this gear, you'll probably laugh at some of the stuff because you could literally have this in 1 day of Trade League or something. And then we have a post from our buddy Zizrin, and it says, honestly, a little bit sad about Crucible. I hate being negative, but I feel lied to and disappointed about Ruthless being a side project and stupid for believing them at their word now. And the leveling nerfs seem so strange. So many already hate leveling. Why make it worse? So why is this so, I guess, divisive? And more importantly, why is no one going to compete in this? One thing about Ruthless is that it's not really what I even consider a game, right? It's too limiting, and you have pretty shit character for the majority of your experience in that league. And no one really plays ARPGs to play a terrible character with limited experience, movement abilities, also limited content, because the content doesn't spawn as much in Ruthless. For most people, racing, it just isn't that relatable, I guess. Okay, it's not as fun, or it's not as fun to play as blasting the new league content and come up with cool new builds, or at least ways to interact with old content in a new way, right? And I'll kind of use I guess CSGO as an example. So in CSGO, even if you don't play that game at all, you could show it to your mom. She'd probably know that okay, this person is trying to aim at another person and then shoot them faster than the other person kills them, and that's pretty much all you need to know. And you can watch it, and you can kind of understand the flow of the game. If you do play the game, you can actively see yourself kind of having moments where you pull off the same moves, right, as the video that you just watched. And also your practice is baked into the normal gameplay that you love playing. If you're playing on Dust and you're playing Counter-Strike, you're also practicing the skills that make you a better player while playing the core game that you're going to spend thousands of hours on. That is the end game. But in racing, right, practicing racing, it doesn't really have any application to the end game for the majority of players who play softcore trade. Okay, there's no carryover there, so it's just not as worth it. And also in Path of Exile, the moments that happen in racing, they kind of require a bit of knowledge about the game beforehand. So whether that's about the items that are being used, the skills that are being used, the classes, the map layouts, for example. Every time I go into the harvest, I end up at that that plus sign cross dead end with that big dude, and I kill the guy. I'm oh man, I went the wrong way. But if you're watching that, you wouldn't know that's a bad thing to do. You just see some guy fighting a boss, right? You'd have no idea that that's oh man, I just wasted so much time going down here. If I get a stronger character, I can make more currency, right? And I can see more items dropping. playing the end game is literally like practicing like for the thing that you're wanting to do. But if you practice racing, you might see like, you know, your times on average come down over multiple runs. But then you realize just practice 40 hours, save yourself 4 hours once per league on the league start. The skill expression of racing is over a longer period of time too. In PoE, the skill expression might be over 30 minutes or an hour. So you have to like watch for a longer time. We're all like ADD'd out. So like it's harder to concentrate on that kind of content. Let's talk about rewards real quick. The biggest reward is the Exile Con ticket. You get to go to New Zealand. You're going to hang out with all your fellow PoE players and developers and streamers and such. Let's look at the PoE landing page. July 29th to July 30th. So that's coming pretty soon. Assuming that someone does kill the boss in like 1 month and know that they are pretty much guaranteed to win. They don't have like a couple months to book their plane ticket and their hotel. So like let's check on some flights here. And so you add the hotel and the other stuff. You know, it's quite a big investment to go to ExileCon versus creating a unique with the developers where you can do in the comfort of your own home. You know, maybe you don't even like to go outside. Now you got to go to another country. It's like, it's kind of crazy. Maybe Chris thinks that there are a lot more people that are really like fiending to go to ExileCon. So there's just like so many things that could happen between now and July to make it really risky to compete in this event. What if you think you're going to win and someone comes out left field and tries the bosses and kills them before you, and then you lose? Now all the things that you booked, you got to cancel them, and then like you probably won't get full value of the money back because like there's like credits and stuff like that with the travel. Oh, it's a mess. And then like I was reading this Reddit comment, and this one guy was even like, what if you win the race even and you booked all your stuff and you get on the plane, and then the plane crashes into the ocean. Like, you could literally die on your way to ExileCon. Now, I don't really envy being in Grinding Gears position because they're kind of in a hard spot, right? Like, if they make the events hard, there's going to be a few people that win every single time, right? Ben's just going to win every single time. And then, so they're going to make the events harder, and then that alienates more people, and then Ben's just going to win again. Maybe they're thinking, if we make the event so hard and so annoying and so tedious, well, then like the top 3 or 4 racers won't even compete. If we make it so that none of the top racers and none of the streamers want to compete in it, then it'll open up the field to like a ton more racers that maybe can fill that void, and we get a new winner. Maybe that's what they're thinking with all this like ruthless talk and all this like race event stuff and leveling stuff, right? Leveling got nerfed in the patch notes if you guys didn't really hear about it. But I kind of have a theory, and that is that when we get to PoE 2, I think leveling is going to be so slow and so awful that what they're trying to do is they're trying to get us to, they're trying to like let us down easy, right? Like where if every league we get slower and slower, when it comes to PoE 2, when it finally releases, we won't be in so much of a shock. I think they're gradually trying to ease us into PoE 2 leveling, and that's, you know, so we might be like a little bit mad at the beginning of the league, but then, oh, league's good, I don't care anymore. Oh, next league, oh, more nerfs. Oh man, okay, I'm slower now. Okay, oh, I'm mad, but like the league is good until PoE 2, where there's no more movement skills or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But who knows? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. If you made it this far, like and subscribe to the video. And I stream every day on Twitch, and you can follow me there. Okay, thanks for watching my video, guys. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.